Hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and we are your community connection. Today we are going to be visiting with our fire chief, Mike Johnson, and also the new executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, Michelle Redman. I don't know if you know, but we're saying goodbye to our other director, and we're welcoming her on. And first, though, before we get to that, we're going to thank our sponsors because they are the people who bring us this great show, and they are great community members. Our premier supporters are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, and Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary supporters are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Brookdale Senior Living Solutions, Little Theater of Owatonna, and the Owatonna Foundation. Our interlude supporters are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Bredna Bednar Mortgage Office, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brickmaker Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson Brandstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Clancher & Sons Landscaping and Concrete, Owatonna Business Incubator, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. We hope that you will support these fine Owatonna businesses and individuals that support our show. Please thank them when you see them out and about, and this show is possible because of them. Also, we are always looking for more supporters. If you are a fan of our community and want to learn more about it, and please do become a sponsor. You can contact us on the information that will be on your screen shortly. And we will be right back with Mike Johnson with the Owatonna Fire Department.
I'm Dan Brandstad of Carlson Brandstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us, Chief Johnson.
Thanks for having me, Francie.
Good to have you here, and the timing is very good because we're worried about summer and fires and the heat and the dangers of kids on the loose.
Yeah.
Right now, the danger's two kids on the loose. So we've got a lot of things to talk about. So where do we want to start? There are some key things that we need to worry about upcoming, which is the 4th of July.
Yeah, the 4th of July and the month of July is a big problem with juveniles in fire setting. It's also a big problem with fireworks. And there's a couple of things to talk about there is that, first of all, in the state of Minnesota, any firework that explodes or flies through the sky is illegal. But we have a lot of people that bring those illegally into the state and they use them during the 4th of July.
And leading up to the 4th of July, in my neighborhood, I'm hearing a lot of pops.
And we'll get a lot of people that are going to be injured by those fireworks. But there's also what's called consumer fireworks that are legal in the state of Minnesota. And one of the real concerns we have in the fire service is the sparklers. Really? Many people use these and they give them to kids, young children, and it's fun at night because they have a big glow. But the problem is if it's unsupervised with many kids, or many of the parents don't understand that those sparklers can get up to 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Very, very hot. So if you have a kid that's waving it around another child, or they get in contact with themselves, they're going to get burned and they're probably going to end up in the emergency room. So, in general, what I like to tell parents during the month of July and in summer is take some time. Many of the injuries that occur with kids this time of year is because they're unsupervised. Whether it's playing with fireworks, They can also, there's a curiosity because they see people using matches and lighters. So there's a tendency to want to play with fire at that age. And I'd like to encourage any parents that have children that have a curiosity about fire. We have a very good youth fire prevention program in the state and in the Owatonna Fire Department. You just simply need to call the fire station. We'll fill out a form and we can do an assessment of your child and provide an education program that can prevent them from injuring themselves from fire.
Really? So a one-on-one type of thing, or how does that
It's a
work?
one-to-one program, and it starts with an assessment. We have 3 intervention specialists in our fire department, and if we have youth that are playing with fire, and sometimes it can be teenagers, sometimes it can be court-ordered, where they'll have an intervention with an intervention specialist, and it's required that they go through a public education program. But we look at what type of help they need. Basic level is a fire education program provided by firefighters, and it can go all the way up to a recommendation that they go through a health professional, mental health professional, to have some counseling for that.
So that must be serious, like fire setters. People
Very
who are
serious
okay.
children that have fire setting issues. But for the most part, many times it's just educating them about the hazards with playing with fire. So in this time of year, we're going to see an increase just because of the 4th of July.
And so many adults who are playing with fire, with the fireworks, etc., and handing them to those children. What are the most common injuries that we see, that you see from the fire department perspective over the summer?
Well, anything where you have children that are unsupervised, there's a potential for injury. And one of the things that I was just made aware of doing our safety coordination for the city is that many kids that are at the water park or they're around water, if they're unsupervised, they don't understand the hazards with the water. And we were talking about near misses with lifeguards. And we realized that a lot of these are children pushing other children into deep water when they can't swim. And some of this is just being aware of that or supervising the kids and making sure that they understand what the hazard is around water, fire. It's all the same. We just don't want to see kids get hurt.
It's summertime is the time for both of those things, right? And so the pool safety, and we had an earlier segment in the week about that. And fire safety at home, we in our backyard we have our little fire pit. What do we need parents and kids to know about that? Well,
first of all, that it has to be attended, and that means that children that are around a fire pit should be supervised to make sure that they don't get hurt. And we get a bunch of kids that get hurt by that every year. And then the safe use, a recreational fire is for recreation purposes. You can only burn wood, has to be 25 feet from a structure, and it can't be bigger than 3 feet in diameter or 3 feet high. But the most important thing is to make sure you can have a very fun time there, but make sure that the kids are supervised and they stay away from the fire so nobody gets burned.
Yeah, I've seen before, you've got kids, you've got the fire, you've got the kids there, and they may not be super close, but there's twigs, there's wood, there's things around that fire pit, and they could trip and easily, fall and just really, really hurt themselves. And I know of a child who did that this last summer.
Yeah, there's a natural curiosity about fire.
We all love fire.
Parents have a responsibility just to educate their children about the hazards so they can be around it safely.
Yeah. And what about barbecues?
Grills should be kept away from any combustibles. They should be kept away from siding on homes and be in an area that you can safely go through and do that. And it's the same thing. When you're working with a grill, make sure you check your grill to make sure it's operating safely. When you connect an LP tank on, make sure you have a good connection and it's not leaking.
Oh, geez.
We see a lot of fires that occur just because of the grill's too close to combustibles.
Wow. And the grills can get hot too, so we want to be mindful of that with children around as well.
That's true.
What about, general things that you see a lot of times in the summer? Kids are out and about, they're on their bikes, they're walking, they're running, they're playing. What are some of the dangers that face those kids?
Well, if anybody that drives through Owatonna, you're going to see kids on bicycles, you're going to see kids on skateboards, you're going to see them on rollerblades. If you're a parent, make sure that they have the proper personal protective equipment, meaning if they're young kids, make sure they have a bike helmet on. Even adults wearing a bike helmet is important. I know we've had people in our community that have been seriously hurt after a fall on a bicycle. It's the same thing with skateboards. It's the same thing with rollerblades and having the right gear on to make sure they can do these things safely. And the other thing is talking to the kids. Their school is out. They are going crazy on their bikes, but traffic can't always see them. So having a discussion about if you're riding your bike around traffic, how to do it safely so we don't get a child hit by a car.
It scares me to death when I have to back out of the parking lot where I work, and it's a little bit blind, and I'm constantly going super slow so that if there is a kid or anybody, but especially a smaller child that I can't see, I mean, that would just be my worst nightmare. You know, you run over somebody.
Yep, have a good talk with your kids and talk to them about being safe, and that can prevent the injuries.
Are there any programs about that? There's the fire safety program. Are there other programs about?
Well, we provide a safety camp for the kids, which we've already done, and
Sure.
that's for children entering into 4th grade. And we've also worked together with the Have a Safe Summer clinic, where we have bicycle helmets, safety programs in place, fire safety that's there. And we provide that at the beginning of summer with the idea of preventing injuries.
So glad that you do that. That is really helpful. And any tips so it is going to be fireworks. So back to that, are there tips for how people should handle these fireworks when they are lighting them off?
Yep. Well, one of the
And
things
where to
I would
light
say
them
is the safe way to do that is we have an excellent public display of fireworks in Owatonna. And we have sponsors that provide those fireworks. And it's put on by a professional who safely puts the display on so nobody can get hurt. You can look at that display and you can do it safely. It's free. And you don't have to take a risk of trying to understand how to use your fireworks.
That is a great point. Absolutely. And you can go and enjoy the barbecue over at Brickmaker beforehand. So
Yeah.
there's all kinds of fun things that
Yeah,
you could do
so-
without having to injure yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're holding a firework, though, if you're, some people, are firecrackers legal or no?
Anything that explodes
Is
or
not.
flies through the air is illegal in the
So-
state of Minnesota.
Firecrackers are a no-no.
So, but
What are
there's
the legal ones?
you have they're a ground-based. They'll put
Okay.
a sparkling flame into the air. You have the sparklers and other things that kids can get. But if you go through and you look at those, they're intended for adult use. They're not intended for kids.
Sure. But for adults too, we just need to be careful with those things. I mean, 1,200 degrees is no joke.
Well, if you look at the statistics, and I don't have them right with me, but we have an increase of emergency room visits because of burns. We also have an increase of structure fires because
Of fire.
fireworks that had caused the fire. So.
Well, we thank you so much for being here because I know you are very busy and you've got an important job keeping us safe. So thank you for helping keep us safe by coming on the show and talking to people about this.
Hopefully everyone will have a safe 4th of
I
July.
hope so too, and we will be at that fireworks show instead of lighting off our own fireworks. We hope that you will stick with us because upcoming we have got the new executive director of Big Brothers Big Sisters, and that is Michelle Redman. Stay with us.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brickmaker Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brickmaker, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, and we are now joined by newly minted Executive Director Michelle Redman with the Big Brothers Big Sisters program. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. So it's official that you are the Executive Director
Well,
right now?
as of July 6th, so
Oh,
one more
just-
work day.
Okay.
One more work day.
So-
Today basically is Greg's last day, and he is driving to Tampa as of Sunday.
I thought you were saying driving me crazy.
No, goodness, no. He's on his way
Driving
to Tampa on Sunday, and I take the chair or the reins on Monday.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
And so just to back up on what we definitely want to talk about you and your experience and going forward. But so he's leaving and he is going to Tampa because what is he doing there?
He is going to be part of the Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. Big Brothers Big Sisters national office leads all of our agencies. There's 314 agencies across the United States. And he will be working for Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, being the Director of Affiliate Support.
And affiliates are?
Affiliates are all of us, all of the Big Brothers Big Sisters across the nation. So he will be working with over 300 executive directors, with training, with policies, with everything. So I feel like I'm still working with Greg. So it will be wonderful. I have, like I say, I have the red phone to the White House. I have the red phone. I have a direct line to contact Big Brothers Big Sisters of America. And I know Greg will take my call.
So that's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Greg and his family. I'm so very proud of him. And it's really neat that, out of how many people applied for that position, they looked at Greg with his leadership here in Southern Minnesota, with us getting, the Gold Star Agency Award from Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Gold Standard Award. I mean, that's huge, and they got a great guy. And he will do terrific there.
Well, and we'll still get to keep him a little bit, but but now we've got a great gal, so we are very happy for you. Congratulations!
I have big shoes to fill, and I hope to do everybody proud. I've been with Big Brothers Big Sisters for 7 years. I heard I received the promotion on my 7th year anniversary.
Oh, how
so
exciting!
That was really
Yeah.
exciting. I'm so proud and so happy to stay with Big Brothers Big Sisters and now to lead the agency.
Wonderful. And prior to being the new executive director, what was your role there?
I was the fund development director. I handled basically the fundraisers, the giving programs with individual gifts and corporate gifts. Our agency partners, I wrote the grants other than the United Way. Greg did the United Way. So I was involved with anything that had to do with funding the program.
Okay. And as an executive director, you still have a big hand in
definitely,
that?
Definitely.
Is there somebody else taking over the role of development director?
We're currently looking for a fund development coordinator and also a part-time marketing coordinator. So we have 2 positions open right now. Nothing to start out, the reins at Big Brothers Big Sisters with 2 positions open. We created a new position at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and our current marketing person took that position, and that is our college and career readiness. We got a grant called the DEED grant, and that grant allowed us to have this new position to get children in our program, get them ready for what happens after high school.
I love that. I love
huge.
that idea.
So Megan Palmersheim, who is a recruitment and marketing coordinator, she's going to stay in recruitment. She's a rock star at recruiting volunteers. She's going to keep doing that, and then she's going to add the college and career coordinator to her title, which she's so excited because she came actually from a background of college recruitment. She worked at National American University.
Okay.
So she has that background of kind of tutoring students in and let them know where they fit, and that's going to be that's just going to be great. We're going to work with the kids that are in our program. They can be active, or their matches might have already ended, but to see what happens after high school. For some kids, that 4-year degree is great. A 2-year degree, it's wonderful. Some are ready to go
Vocational
into
certificates?
some are ready to go into the workforce. So Megan will be working with them and finding out what path is best for them. Because
that's
for a
so
lot of
good.
these students, they don't have someone in their family that can show them that way, because maybe their parents didn't have any education and that's just the way they're going to go. But if they can see,
Or
and
they didn't,
show
or they
your-
don't have the money,
Yeah.
and when you get in that mindset of we don't have, we can't do.
we're not going to do. And a 2-year vocation or associate's degree is fantastic, or that 4-year. But that opens up, we got to look at the FAFSA, we got to do this and this and this and this. There's so many things to do. Megan's going to help steer them that way.
That is wonderful.
So we're really excited about that. We're very happy to get that grant, and we're sharing that grant with the other Big Brothers Big Sisters of Minnesota. So we're Central Minnesota, the Twin Cities, and us, all part of that grant. So we're working together in collaboration, which is really
That
neat.
is very exciting. And this show is not about me, but I'd want to say one thing. I came from a background that was very poor, and we didn't have the expectation of college. If I didn't have a friend who literally took me by the hand and dragged me up to a community college, and I spoke with the financial aid person, I probably would not have graduated college. But I did the 2-year, and then I went on to a 4-year, and
that is great. And
someone helped me do it.
Exactly. And with our partnership with Federated Insurance, with the Federated Challenge that's coming up and the money they raise, they put money aside for our littles to attend a 2-year college.
That is just amazing.
So we do have scholarships opportunities out there for those kids.
There are scholarship opportunities that the families don't know about, and that's the other thing. The funding is always so daunting. You worry about
Yep.
the process.
And Megan's going to help lead these kids through that. So
Really
we're really
exciting.
excited. But that does leave a hole in what we need. We need a part-time
Marketing
marketing
and,
person
of
a
course,
full-time fund
development.
development coordinator. And we're actively searching for these people. And so if this is a job that you would be interested in out there in TV land watching, please send us your resume and we would love to chat.
Absolutely, and obviously there's career growth opportunities
Oh,
because both of you
wonderful.
have
Yeah.
been promoted up, and so that's wonderful.
The postings in? We're just keeping them open for the next couple weeks.
Okay.
So probably in 2 weeks. And the neat thing is Big Brothers Big Sisters, when I started there, I started out as a fund development coordinator, moved up to being the director of fund development, and now executive director. Yeah, you wouldn't think that at a small nonprofit agency that there is growth. And Big Brothers Big Sisters, it means the world to me, and it has just been a wonderful opportunity. And I get to go to work every day and see the change in children. And that is, it's so amazing and it's so fulfilling.
Absolutely.
I love my job.
Good for you. I'm glad you love your job. And
It's great.
You've
It is
been there a
great.
while, and hopefully you'll be there a lot longer.
Most definitely. And it all comes down to the staff is wonderful, our board is wonderful. It's people that really care about kids, and that's what we do. So I hope it shows across the community and the communities we serve.
Absolutely, and if you care about kids, we've got an opportunity coming up here, don't
yes.
we? What is going on?
It's called the Big Cup Golf Tournament, and it happens on August 10th at the Legacy Golf in Faribault, and it is a big cup. Really a big cup. So what you're putting into is this size, not the traditional 4-inch cup. It's an 8-inch cup. So it makes the putting, you still have to golf, you still have to get your ball to the green.
Right.
But once you get the ball to the green, it makes it
a little easier.
Yeah, and it's fun.
And do bigs and littles play as well?
Some do. Some
Okay.
get sponsored to play. We have that in the brochure. You can sponsor bigs and littles to play on your team.
So if you don't golf,
Yeah.
but you want to sponsor
Yeah.
somebody, you could do that.
So we have a lot of businesses that come out and golf. We have bigs that come out and golf with their little. It's a great event. We have a lot of fun things that go on during the event, and it's a fun day of golf. It starts at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so you can still get a half-day work in and come over and have fun with us. So if you need more information, you can go to our website, which is bbbsofsouthernmn.org, or you can call us at 451-5922 for more information, and we can send you out a flyer.
And what are the teams? Are they 4
Teams
people?
of 4,
Okay.
and it is a scramble, so best ball scramble. So
it's fast.
It's
It's not-
fast. It's easy. It's great, and you know, even the really good golfers love it because there's still a challenge in it, and they can win. And then even the beginners, the novice golfers, are into it.
Sure.
And we do something neat where it's not just first place winners. We have the first, 10th, and 20th place team all wins a prize.
Oh, fun.
So you can be 20th and still be a winner. So I love that.
And this funds what programs?
It goes into our funding for our programs of Big Brothers, the mentoring
Just
of children,
mentoring,
one-to-one mentoring.
okay.
Yes,
Okay.
so it goes to fund our program.
Well, great. Thank you for being here one-to-one with us.
Oh, it's been wonderful.
We appreciate it, and you'll come back.
Oh, most
Okay?
definitely.
We hope that you also will come back. After a word from our sponsors, we'll be back with our community announcements.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
I'm Deb Gillard. And I'm Sean McNulty with Brookdale Owatonna Senior Living Solutions. We are assisted living and Alzheimer's and dementia care communities here in Owatonna, and formerly known as Clare Bridge and Sterling House. And we are proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back. We have your community announcements for you. We have already begun with Tri-M Graphics. They've already begun opening their contest for the 2016 annual photo calendar contest. So begin taking your photos, and for more information you can contact Tri-M Graphics. July 7th we have the, let's see here, this is at the Owatonna Country Club, Neighbors Helping Neighbors Golf Classic for the Healthy Seniors on July 7th. For more information, contact Healthy Seniors at 977-2566. The library has coming up on July 9th the Mu Daiku Drummers at 1 p.m. for you and your kids. That sounds like a lot of fun. Coming up also on July 9th is it's at 7 o'clock on Thursday in Central Park, the Owatonna Community Band for Music in the Park. 2 new exhibitions will be opening at the Owatonna Arts Center on Sunday, July 5th. That's coming up, and they will run through July 26th. The features exhibit the latest paintings by artist Dee Teller, who will be on the show coming up, entitled Sky Horse, Water, Earth, and Bronze and Steelworks by David Hyduke from 1 to 5 o'clock. You can see those exhibits. On Saturday, July 11th, Steele County Humane Society, in conjunction with Kindest Cut, will be offering low-cost spay and neuter services for dogs, cats, and rabbits. Cats including, by the way, the free-roaming outdoor cats. Call 763-489-7729 if you have questions about that. Also on the 11th, the 10th annual Chuck Wagon Supper to benefit the Steele County Historical Society. That starts at 5:30 and it goes until 7:30, and there will be cowboy fare, shredded pork sandwiches, calico beans, etc. You don't want to miss that at the Village of Yesteryear. Friday, July 17th, movies in the park at 9 o'clock, and I think that movie is Back to the Future too. We would like you to come back and join us for next week's shows. Some of those shows include Dee Teller, who is the featured gallery artist we just talked about from the Owatonna Arts Center. Also, we'll have Laura Ressler from the Steele County Historical Society talking about their extravaganza. And we'll have the Owatonna Foundation, Steve Smith, and the new director, Laura Ressler, talking about current grants that were awarded. Boundless Roots Farm, we're going to be visiting them. And then we'll also be talking about the Ellendale Car Show and Pancake Breakfast. Thank you so much for joining us. Join us next week.